So President Barack Obama had some pretty weak-kneed executive orders to try to get some background checks on guns, stuff that really won't make a difference, but he's trying to do something, right? So they had a town hall, and they invited all the big thinkers in America, SE Cupp. I'll stop there. And so they're asking them. The NRA did not even show up to the town hall with Barack Obama. And afterwards, after the town hall, Jake Tapper hosted, I don't know, they had about 80 people on panel. And they were asking them about it. They went to SE Cupp, and we're here. Let's get some insight into who's the real problem in the push to regulate guns sensibly.
You know, the front-runner Democrat running for president has identified the NRA as the enemy she is most proud of accruing. Democrats like President Obama routinely lambaste the NRA and, by extension, its members who are law-abiding gun owners as the problem, standing in the way.
First of all, that doesn't happen. President Barack Obama doesn't lambaste the NRA members. He says even NRA members want reasonable gun control. Okay,
just before you go on, I'm going to find it hard to object to anyone who has glasses that contemporary and who uses the word accrue and lambaste within seconds of each other.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are observant.
Yeah, so I stand with SE Cupp, whatever comes out of her mouth.
Okay.
Of meaningful gun reform, unconcerned about gun violence. I think it's ludicrous to suggest that they would show up and be lectured to by the president, who believes that we are the problem. And let me just address something that Michael said, my colleague. I love Mike.
You're trying to make it out like the NRA is the problem in our effort to try to regulate guns sensibly. That's the exact kind of argument that I would expect from an atheist who believes in God. SE Cupp.
I like the rhetorical tool of talking for 40 seconds, finishing your point, and then saying, and let me just address something, like people have been cutting you off for the last couple of minutes.
Yes, exactly.
If I could just get a word in here. Yeah.
You've been rambling.
Yeah.
She moves on here. She says more.
You know, that's her shouting down the reasonable voices in her head.
So here she has more to say.
All right.
But to say that the NRA has drawn a line in the sand on everything is just not true. The NRA is backing the Cornyn bill. We only have background checks because the NRA fought for them as opposed to a 5-day waiting period. The NIC system exists because the NRA helped get it passed. If the president were really interested in passing meaningful gun legislation, he would work with the NRA.
Yeah, let's let
Yes. If the president was serious, Ben, he would work with the NRA instead of what he's doing now. Not working with the NRA, who won't even show up to a goddamn fucking meeting.
Yeah, if not for the Ku Klux Klan, we wouldn't have the Civil Rights Act, right? If not for the John Birch Society, we wouldn't have the Voting Rights Act. And yet again and again, liberals blame them and act like that. Come on.
So I love how she says the NRA is not the problem. They're not the problem if you're a homicidal maniac and you want to get a gun. They're not a problem then. Hey, if you're mentally disturbed and violent and want to get a gun, they're not the problem. Hey, if no matter what, they're not the problem, Ben. That's what I'm saying. So,
and by the way, we know that they are because right after Sandy Hook, there was a move to get universal background checks passed. And the NRA was on the cusp of supporting it, and then they pulled their support at the last possible second and told basically every Republican in Congress, if you support this bill, we will have you primaried out.
Yeah, that's what the NRA does.
Everything she just said is a huge lie that is demonstrably false.
But CNN pays her handsomely to say it. That's the beauty. God damn it. Like, I worry about saying stuff that's dumb, because I often say stuff that's dumb and wrong, but I'm always worried, at least. And especially if I was going on CNN, she doesn't, obviously, that doesn't ever bother her. Nothing. She can say the most incoherent, contradictory, upside down, black is white, in is out, and it doesn't, and with a straight face. And by the way, no one really pushed back on her after she said this.
I mean, it's almost hard to believe that they even felt it's impossible to believe that nobody pushed back in a sense, because it doesn't even require very much pushing back, because on its face it's insane. I mean, there are people who are stridently against any gun regulations who at least know that the reason that they're winning is because of the NRA. Like,
Yes.
like they're like, no, that's not true. No, the NRA's on our side. What is she? I mean, it really makes no sense. But nobody even says, "Oh, SE, that's just nuts." Is that what they call her?
I think they call her SE.
SE?
SE. Yeah.